Please be seated. It is with great honor and my privilege to welcome you to the 2019 Weekend Nursing Pinning Ceremony for the presentation of the Graduate Professional Nurse Pins. Tonight's ceremony is a tradition within our profession and symbolizes the formal acceptance of these graduates into the nursing profession. In addition, it indicates the completion of entry-level nursing education and the beginning of lifelong professional education within their career. Our students have worked long and hard to be here this afternoon, and we are fortunate to have all of you here to share in their tremendous achievements. We will commence this evening's ceremony with an invocation from Sister Juliana.
Nurses, do you remember during your childhood days when the school calendar showed a 3-day long weekend? My favorite was always Columbus weekend. And then you grew up, added an S to weekend, and began your journey to become a nurse by enrolling in JCC's nursing weekend option. I feel sure that you are now experts in long weekends. This afternoon, your families and guests, instructors, and administration praise you for completing what you started. Pinning is an honored tradition, both a symbol of what you have accomplished and of the pledge you are about to make. My prayers for you are heartfelt. May God place in your path those who will support you as you continue learning and earning the trust of those you serve. Amen.
Thank you, Sister. It is my pleasure to introduce to you the president of Jefferson Community College, Dr. Ty Stone.
Good evening, distinguished guests, faculty, family, friends, and finally our students. Welcome to Jefferson Community College's Nurse Pinning Ceremony. I am thrilled to be here celebrating with this great group of students as they start on their journeys in the selfless profession of caring for and comforting others. Hard work and dedication to their calling is what got them to this point, and it is what will keep them doing the great work that they will do throughout their careers. Thinking about 13 new nurses, many of whom will be working and serving in this very community, makes me beam with pride over your accomplishments and Jefferson's ability to serve our community's health care needs. Graduates, up to now you have spent countless hours studying over the endless assignments and lessons and rotating through a variety of clinicals that were created by our faculty, all carefully designed to ensure your future success as a nurse. I'm sure, I know, there were long days and sleepless nights, as well as a lot of smiles and yes, maybe even a few tears. You sacrificed a lot to get to this point, but you persevered and you made it through. And we are all very, very proud of you and your commitment to finishing what you started. Of course, this is not the end of your development into the extraordinary nurses I know you will become. There's much more work ahead, but you are well prepared with the skills and knowledge gleaned at Jefferson, combined with your own compassion and strength. Along with your families and friends that supported you to this point, please also remember that you have all of us here at Jefferson cheering you on as well. We will always be a part of your extended family, and we are always here for you should you need us. So I say to you, go on and do good things, do great work. Remember that you are embarking in hard work and heart work. We salute you, nurses. Congratulations.
Family, friends, and honored guests, I am privileged to introduce our class's keynote speaker, and I will do my best not to cry. Somebody please make sure Amy and Alyssa have some tissues, please. Julie earned a bachelor's degree from Syracuse University and a master's degree from SUNY Upstate. She's managed level 1 trauma centers, managed ICUs, but I would bet that nursing school instructor has got to be more stressful. We cry a lot. We started this journey, which seems about 150 years ago, and she told us to look around because the people in this room would become our family. However, Julie, you too have become a part of our families. In a few short years, you have taught us all so much. One of the biggest lessons you have instilled us with is how to be strong advocates for ourselves and our patients. You have hugged us through all of our emotional days, and again, we had a lot of them. There's truly not enough time to thank you for all you have done for us. We know we won't be your last week in class, but we hope that you will think fondly of our class and know that we love you. Lastly, I would like to say 2 things. Any of our future employers that are in the audience, please take a time to thank Julie because we will literally never be late to work, ever. We may look like we're in respiratory distress, but we will not be late. And if there are any students in the audience who have Julie for lab or lecture, and she asks you a question and you just don't know what to answer, you have a 9 out of 10 chance of being right if you say, Julie, we love you, and thank you for being our school mom, our advocate, and our inspiration. We hope that we have made you proud, and it has been a true honor for all of us who have had your guidance and support the last 2 years. From the 13 of us, we love you. Please welcome Julie Soule.
Thank you, Megan. Good afternoon, and welcome to the 9th Annual Jefferson Community College Weekend Nursing Pinning Ceremony. This constitutes a truly monumental achievement accomplished by the 13 young women sitting here today. I would like to start by thanking the good Lord above for his blessings, followed shortly thereafter by a very special thank you to the United States military. It is because of them that we do what we do, get to do what we do. I've always had the utmost respect for the sacrifices and dedication of military personnel, and this respect was significantly intensified upon attending my great-nephew, Airman First Class Dylan Kimball's Air Force Basic Training graduation in San Antonio, Texas, last November. Watching him transform from a high school kid to an airman after a few short weeks, and then continuing on to Security Forces Tech School was beyond description. I would ask all past and present servicemen and women to please stand so we may give you a heartfelt round of applause and our most sincere thank you. Thank you so much. Thanks to each of you for being here today and for sharing, supporting, and allowing your loved ones to attend the intensely rigorous Jefferson Community College weekend nursing curriculum every other Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for the past 2 years. To Jefferson Community College, our Board of Trustees, our administration, faculty, professional and support staff, security, facilities, IT, to all who have contributed to make this day possible, and to Heather Natali, the force that keeps weekend nursing alive, our most sincere thank you. On a personal level, thank you to my fabulous family and friends. They keep me grounded and surrounded with love. Lastly, but most certainly not least, in honor of this pinning ceremony, my heartfelt thanks to you, the graduating class of 2019 weekend nursing students. Your hard work, determination, dedication, and sacrifices have gotten you to this point, prepared to take the Registered Professional Nurse National Council of Licensure examination. Congratulations, you did it. I'm deeply honored to have been asked to be your keynote speaker and somewhat amazed as you have graciously listened to me for 2 full years. Franklin Delano Roosevelt is quoted as saying, "A smooth sea never made a skilled sailor." I believe every one of you will agree that this journey toward becoming a registered nurse can be described as pretty much anything other than smooth sailing. Yet you have persevered, done the work, cried the tears, gotten back up, and continued on the path, which is why we celebrate you today. I would like to share a few highlights about this very, very special class. I sensed they were unique on our various first day together. As part of my introductory lecture, while discussing the importance of teamwork to the RN profession, I request students to look around the room at their classmates and assure them that after spending the next 2 years together, every other Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, without breaks, that they will become family. Most often, class students get a startled look, smirk, roll their eyes, look around quickly as their nonverbal expression says, "Are you kidding me? No way these strangers will become like family." This class didn't do that. They quietly, respectfully, cautiously looked around, and their nonverbal expressions indicated that that might actually be a possibility. This graduating class is the closest to becoming family of any group of students I have had the pleasure to work with. Thank you for that. This is the first weekend cohort with mother-daughter classmates. It has been a true joy watching Heidi O'Brien and Michaela Houghton. Congratulations. Nora Kruger came to us as an experienced respiratory therapist. She has consistently, graciously shared her wealth of knowledge regarding oxygen delivery devices, auscultating lung sounds, and many other topics with her classmates. And for that, I thank you, Nora. Megan Aguilar and many of the class have come to JCC on their precious days off, in full clinical uniform often, to work with both weekend and traditional students, to help them practice taking vital signs, work on nursing care plans, attend lab and lab classroom dedication ceremonies, and anything else as needed. Some even volunteered and attended the incoming weekend Jumpstart orientation this past Sunday, December 15th, after their final exam was over, to help the new students get off to a positive start. My most sincere thanks. These are but a very few of my cherished experiences with this class. There are far too many to mention this afternoon. To the entire class, thank you. You have made my heart smile. I am always fascinated by what inspires each student to pursue their career in nursing. Their stories are varied, but the theme is common: to help others to make a difference. I know of no other profession more noble. Open lab time, as many of you know, is when faculty is available outside of required laboratory hours for students to practice skills. A few weeks ago during Open Lab, Taylor Andres came to practice tracheostomy suctioning, one of those dreaded critical elements. She shared with amazement the story of a patient she had cared for who had suffered a traumatic injury and was paralyzed from the neck down, leaving him almost totally dependent upon others. What amazed Taylor was the fact that this patient had chosen to be positive and thankful to be alive rather than focus on the negative. True inspiration. As you leave JCC, you have a unique opportunity as you step forth into the busy, demanding, exciting, often frightening, sometimes frustrating, frequently emotionally and physically draining, challenging, and ultimately deeply rewarding world of being a registered nurse. As you become the caregivers, teachers, advocates, mentors, you will be a true inspiration to those whose lives you touch each and every day. What I would like to leave you with is as follows. Number 1, always remember the golden rule. Treat others as you would hope to be treated. Have your loved ones treated. Somehow when you do this, the rest will fall into place. Number 2, find balance. Take care of yourself in order to have what it takes to care for others. Number 3, set parameters. Give what you can, but save enough of yourself for you and your loved ones. Number 4, laugh often. Laughter heals the soul. Even though you will experience turbulent seas, have fun on your incredible journey. Number 5, inspire others. Make competent, compassionate patient care your passion. They need you. And number 6, embrace change. Nursing is a profession where you get to learn and do something different every single day. Go out there and make the difference. We need you. I could not be prouder of each and every one of you. I am truly blessed to have gotten to know and work with you. I wish you life's absolute best in both your personal and your professional lives. I shall truly miss you. Take care. Love you to the moon and back. Congratulations. We now have some awards to share with our graduates. Dr. Marie Hess will now present the Donald and Madeline Hess Excellence in Nursing Award.
Good afternoon. When the weekend program had its first graduating class, my sister and I thought it would be fitting to recognize a graduate in memory of our parents, Donald and Madeline Hess. So this award is given to an individual selected by the nursing faculty, which exemplifies leadership, compassionate patient care, and a love of the nursing profession. We are pleased to recognize Megan Aguilar as this year's recipient of the Hess Family Nursing and Excellence Award.
Mavis Kramer, Director of Nursing, Med-Surg. Lori Fegley, Director of Nursing, Center for Women and Children. Jennifer Wells, Nurse Manager, Mother, Baby, Special Care Nursery. And Kim Smith, Nurse Manager of Interventional Radiology and Fusion Services, will present the Samaritan Medical Center Heart Award. It looks like just one of them will present.
Well, unfortunately, you're stuck with just me today. So I'm Jennifer Wells. I'm the manager for NICU and Mother Baby at Samaritan. And about 20 years ago, I was sitting where you were today, shocked that I'd made it through this program. Marie Hess was my instructor, and I'm pretty sure she was surprised too. Today, I'm honored to be able to present Samaritan's Award, the Heart Award for Nursing, and they look for somebody who has the characteristics of honesty, empathy, accountability, respect, and trust. When I spoke to some of your nursing classmates, the person receiving this award was highly recommended for this. She definitely has all of these characteristics, and it's going to go to Nora Kruger.
Cassandra Woodrick Phillips will now present the Marion Brennan Personal Growth in Nursing Award.
Welcome. The Marion Brennan Personal Growth in Nursing Award was established in 2003 to recognize a graduating student who has demonstrated outstanding growth in character, personal development, and skills while pursuing a nursing degree at Jefferson Community College. The award is given in honor of Marion Brennan, a 1973 graduate of Jefferson's nursing program. Mrs. Brennan earned her degree at the age of 53 after raising 9 children. As a registered nurse, Mrs. Brennan worked at Carthage Area Hospital until her retirement from the position of head nurse in the maternity department, where she also served as Lamaze instructor. Mrs. Brennan believed that one should value each person's worth, treating everyone with respect and inspiring each to do their best. Education is all a person lacks to become the best that they can be. Mrs. Brennan passed away on January 2nd, 2003. She would certainly be pleased to know that in her memory, a nurse's achievement will be recognized. The Jefferson Community College Nursing Department and the Jefferson Community College Foundation are grateful to the family of Marion Brennan for establishing this award in memory of this outstanding nurse. This year's recipient of the Marion Brennan Personal Growth in Nursing Award is Michaela Houghton.
Mrs. Katie Hoistian will present the Mercy Hospital School of Nursing Alumni Award.
The Mercy Hospital Alumni Award was established to honor a graduating senior who exemplifies the tradition of the Mercy Hospital School of Nursing. This tradition is based on the mission of Catherine McCauley, founder of the Sisters of Mercy, to care for the sick and the poor. The School of Nursing, which closed in 1970, embodied the values of the Sisters of Mercy of excellence, caring, and service to the sick. It is these values that we recognize tonight. I am honored to be here tonight to present this award on behalf of the Mercy Hospital alumni to this most deserving graduate. This year's recipient of the Mercy Hospital Alumni Award is Haley Rucker.
We will now enjoy class reflections by Nora Kruger, and from her classmates, this will be the last time Nora has to go last. Following reflections, we will view the slide presentation of the weekend nursing class of 2019. Maybe you should share, or should I share why you always have to go last? You share. I just learned this. I've worked with them for 2 full years. When I was asked to interject that into my ceremony, I was told that the reason Nora has to go last is because she always knows the answers and makes the rest of them look bad, so.
Good afternoon. The members of the weekend nursing class of 2019 would like to welcome all of you to our celebration. We would like to thank our faculty, our academic and clinical instructors, the administration of this fine institution, with the deepest gratitude to our families and our friends. You've all been tireless supporters and encouragers throughout our journey to becoming nurses. Without you, we would not be here today, celebrating this momentous accomplishment. You've supported our efforts, picked up our slack at home, and you've been there to help us through each expression of self-doubt, each panic attack, each sleepless night, and thousands of tears. And we thank you all. This has been a journey. Not an easy one, which we knew would be the case, because the weekend nursing program at Jefferson Community has a reputation of being intensely challenging and difficult. Well, it did not disappoint. It has been stressful and demanding, yet it has given us a confidence and a wealth of knowledge that created a firm foundation upon which we will build as we enter our careers. We all came into this knowing, well, hoping, that in just 2 years, which to some flew by, and to others seemed an eternity, we would experience life-changing growth. As we sat in a classroom for Freshman Jumpstart on our very first day, what seems a lifetime ago, a collection of strangers, except for the maternity department at Samaritan Medical Center, which apparently sent us half of their staff, we were told that this group would become our family. Of course, human nature makes you doubt such a prediction. We scanned the room, silently summing up the competition, deciding who we could have commonality with or those with whom we certainly would not. As the program intensified, 2 days later, our groups began to form. With syllabuses full of tasks and 10 to 20 chapters to read for any given exam, the demand on time and energy was unimaginable. How in the world could any human accomplish what was asked of us? But we endured. We stressed, we panicked, and cried together as we jumped each hurdle the program placed in our path. From the start of the program, quizzes and exams kept us constantly on our toes. Labs with Julie Soul provided skill-building simulations which we never truly felt prepared enough for. Designed to test our skills under pressure, we were given scenarios at the Cannoneer Care Center and tasked with applying the procedures and techniques we had read about, heard described, and seen demonstrated in context with a mannequin who we were afraid we would certainly kill. While valuable knowledge was gained by each success and failure, these simulations produced the most intense feelings of dread, as our lack of skill was displayed before our classmates and our instructors. If you did not understand what the expression "deer in the headlights" meant, after witnessing one of these simulations, you did. As we grew together, time revealed the complexities of our lives, the diverse family dynamics, and the beauty of our children. We embraced the daunting challenges of balancing home, jobs, daycare, and Army life with the constant demands of school. A short time into the program, it was clear to us that our class had quirks. We had become a group of Dunkin' Donuts cold brew junkies, and on any given lecture day, Nearly half of the class was sucking down the largest iced coffees money could buy. To prevent jinxing our so far good academic performances, study rituals emerged. Study routines like sitting at our table in the library, pre-exam or quiz car studying, the perfect selection of appropriate pre-exam music to listen to, the application of essential oils to calm and focus our minds before an exam. Certainly, the second floor of the building could always smell when we were taking a test. These things became the standard, and deviating from any of these behaviors would most surely change the outcome of the exam or quiz scheduled for that day. We refused to buy anything that said RN on it, unless the word student appeared somewhere, because we didn't want to be overconfident and tempt fate, potentially ending our nursing school journey prematurely. We would eat breakfast after final exam at the same restaurants, each of us checking Blackboard every 3 minutes, waiting to hear somebody exclaim, "Grades are up," but being too afraid to look, being incapacitated with anxiety. We often felt an indescribable wave of panic, followed by the emotional release of knowing we were moving on to the next semester, sometimes starting an hour later. We endured long days of lecture together, challenged with covering several information-rich subjects in one day. Small things like pediatric heart and lungs, terminal illness, orthopedic issues, and pediatric pain, all in one marathon lecture day. Dr. Hess always had our back, making sure we were adequately fed, bringing in 2 to 3 dozen donuts for 14 people. This sustained us through these 8 to 10 hour long days. She once brought us a giant milk chocolate cookie to provide the mental energy to grasp the intricate details of the endocrine system, ROS, hormonal regulation, and diabetes, which carried with it a certain irony. Dr. Hess provided vivid, detailed illustrations of action potentials, the endocrine system, and RAS, filling our minds to overflowing. We often had abundant potlucks with crock-pot delights, salads, and dessert so that we could work through lunch and finish an hour early. I think we are well known by the faculty as the class that likes to eat. By semester 3, we were starting to feel like this nursing thing might actually happen. Third semester is famed for being the hardest, most demanding semester of the program. When you mention you were a third semester JCC nursing student to any nurse who graduated from this program, you could see a shudder and an immediate look of sympathy and understanding. With our fundamentals completed and a basic knowledge of med-surg, we've entered into specialty areas. Maternity and psychiatric nursing were areas many of us had little or no experience in, and this caused us a lot of stress. We came to rely on one another for insight and guidance, and we were never afraid to share the things we understood to help the group grow stronger. We relied on the girls from maternity for their expertise and many years of experience to help us find the fundus, gauge cervical dilation, and understand what a good latch is. Some made the decision after the experience that maternity nursing was on the list of areas to pursue for their future. For others, well, just absolutely not. Pharmacology with Jamie required chapter after chapter of reading about drug interactions, adverse reactions, utilization, and expected effects of every class of drug under the sun. The intimidating expectation to memorize each drug scared us and made us question if it was even humanly possible. But over time, all of this fell into place, and we gained more understanding than we expected we would. I think we were all surprised to find out how much we enjoyed psychiatric nursing. Despite getting up before the birds to get there on time, cold brew in hand, we loved every minute of our time spent at St. Lawrence Psychiatric. We were scared to death at first because of the unknown, except for Meg, who has a natural aptitude for the abnormal human psyche. We trained ourselves to avoid the expression, "that is crazy," and substituted fascinating, which made us sound far more scholarly. We nearly put Celeste into premature labor because of our incessant need to see the old buildings on SLPC's campus by venturing out on a 5-mile walking tour of the grounds. Our faculty there stimulated a great desire to understand psychiatric pathology, and several in our class now consider this a possible career in their future. We are beyond grateful for the opportunity this program has provided us to see professionals like Lucy, Caitlin, and Dr. Weber in action through simulations on our first psych lab day. That was the best icebreaker we could have ever asked for. Pediatrics at Golisano was an adventure consisting of 3 road trips with Katie and Desiree in the driver's seats of JCC vans. They rocked morning traffic in Syracuse and afternoons on I-81, complete with road rage truckers and crazy drivers. We experienced many situations with sick children that allowed us to experience the challenges that come with treating very young infants and children with long, hard roads ahead. It takes a special individual to treat children, and we saw that in the nurses working at that facility. Short-timers had set in by 4th semester, and we all had an idea what type of nursing called to us as we started developing resumes, examining research, presenting teaching projects, and increasing our awareness of the politics associated with our profession. The countdown started by Taylor after our first week now reminded us we are in the home stretch. Our lectures with Dr. Marsala and Dr. Hess reinforced to us all just how far we had come, and sometimes we were surprised by the knowledge that had sneaked into our minds while we were stressing about how little we knew. It became clear with each passing weekend that we were approaching the end of what we had set out to do. We had finished the last syllabus, read the final chapter, completed all our specialty and community clinicals. We had seen our last patients as student nurses, and we are now ready to go out and provide care as professionals. Throughout our 2 years, our bonds grew. Our knowledge expanded, and our skills were reinforced to competence. Despite such a diverse group and the vast differences in each of our lives, a cohesive group had come together and reached its goal. We have been blessed to have support through roles we all assumed at one time or another as encourager, unifier, organizer, Meg, leader, motivator, realist, and above all, the snack provider, in response to our ever-fluctuating needs from a constantly variable stress level. Without these contributions, our class would not have enjoyed the kinship and sisterhood it has become, such a wonderful part of our lives. Somehow the planets aligned. The perfect combination of students came together, earning their place where we stand today. So as prophesied to us in the first 30 minutes of nursing school, we became this family, the weekend nursing graduates of 2019. We will go out into the world knowing we did not do this alone. We did it together. And that our lives have been changed for the better by the struggle, the challenge, and the kinship we gained from what we have been through. Over the past 2 years, we've held tight to one another, repeatedly saying, "We've got this," half trying to convince ourselves that it was so. We can't say that anymore, because here we are, celebrating our accomplishment together. So I stand before you today, going last for the very last time, to proudly say to us all, we did it. Congratulations. Thank you.
Very nice job, ladies. I would now like to acknowledge our nursing department chair and faculty who are present this evening. Due to the reschedule, unfortunately, some of our adjunct faculty was unable to attend this evening. Our department chair, please stand as your name is called, Dr. Marie Hess. Dr. Deborah Marcella. Mrs. Katie Hoistjian. Johanna, more commonly known as Jody Pierce. Jamie Gibson. Kimberly Honeywell. Cassandra Woodrick Phillips. Mark Barrow. Desiree Fuller. Jen Castle. And Erin Finney. Thank you so much, faculty. Could not have done it without you. We will now begin the presentation of the graduate nurse pins for the weekend nursing class of 2019. Erin Finney's group, will you please stand and come to the podium? And we have several people doing the pinning today, so we will announce it as we go. Megan Aguilar will be pinned by her instructor, Erin Finney. Alyssa Aza will be pinned by her instructor, Erin Finney. Taylor Andres will be pinned by her mom, Carrie Andres, RN. I have the honor of pinning Michaela Houghton. Brandy Klein will be pinned by Kathy Amos, RN. I have the honor of pinning Nora Kruger. Heidi O'Brien will be pinned by Morgan Forger, RN. Haley Rucker will be pinned by her mother, Diane Rucker, RN. Desiree's group, please come to the side of the stage. I have the honor of pinning Megan Black. I have the honor of pinning Natalie Richardson. Nanette Thibodeau will be pinned by her mother, Desalyn Thibodeau, RN. Bridget Veal will be pinned by her clinical instructor, Desiree Fuller. And I have the honor of pinning Amy Wonderly. I now present the graduate nurses of Jefferson's weekend class of 2019.
Tonight, we unite as nurses with one common goal, to enhance physical and psychosocial health. We dedicate ourselves to walk beside others as they experience all aspects of life, from birth to death.
I would now ask Sister Juliana Raymond to present this afternoon's benediction.
Nurses, may the words of your pledge find a home in your heart and be the foundation for all of your professional decisions. Many will come to look to you for strength when the roads are rough, and to lean on you when they share their deepest gratitude and joys. May you know the blessings of being a nurse all the days ahead. God bless you. Amen.
I ask that you remain seated, please, until the graduates have exited the theater. Please join us for refreshments in the Commons. Everyone is invited to attend. Thank you so much.